welcome to the It Factor. We're Jemmy and I, exploring a new blog post by Mr. Len Kaplan, CEO of CDML, a managed service provider in Queens, NY, offering network management, voice over IP, unified communications as a service, cybersecurity, compliance, infrastructure as a service, cloud solutions, and Microsoft 365 and Azure solutions.
If you're a small business owner or manage IT for a growing organization, this episode is for you.
So today we're diving into, well, it's a really eye-opening article. It's called Silent Cyber War in the Age of AI, Why Every Organization is Now Part of the Battlefield, written by Len Kaplan.
Yeah, and it completely shifts how you look at the whole cybersecurity landscape.
It really does. It's no longer just a technical issue of, a random virus getting through a firewall.
Right.
It's this massive, quiet war, and it involves AI, global competition, supply chains, and small businesses are sitting right on the front lines, whether they realize it or not.
Absolutely. They're right in the crosshairs.
And hey, really quickly, before we get into the trenches here, if you're enjoying this deep dive, please take a second to click that thumbs up button. It really helps out.
Definitely. So to kind of understand why small organizations are on the front lines now, we have to look at the weapons.
Right.
The weapons of this silent war have completely changed, mostly thanks to artificial intelligence.
Yeah, AI is such a double-edged sword here. I
Yeah.
mean, on the defensive side, it gives IT teams these incredibly powerful tools.
Right, like detecting suspicious activity.
Exactly. They can use AI to analyze network logs and spot anomalies instantly, way faster than any human could.
But the catch is that the attackers are using the exact same AI.
Yeah.
They use it to write highly convincing phishing emails, research their targets, analyze leaked data, and completely automate their reconnaissance.
Right, which I was thinking about this. It's kind of like, imagine a burglar.
Yeah.
In the past, a cyber attacker was like a human burglar.
Right.
Standing at your front door, manually jiggling the handle, painstakingly picking the lock. It takes a lot of time and effort.
And skill.
Exactly. But now, with AI, they don't have to do that. It's like they've built a lock-picking robot.
Ah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, an automated machine that perfectly tests thousands of combinations across thousands of doors in literally seconds.
And that changes the whole game. Because of that automation, bad actors are moving away from those loud, obvious attacks. Like the big ransom screens.
Right, the smash and grab stuff.
Yeah. Now they're doing these quiet, patient, highly strategic breaches that just hide in normal business traffic.
Which is so much creepier.
It really is. And because they are faster and automated, their goals have totally shifted. They don't just want an immediate payout. They want long-term strategic access.
And Len mentions this strategy in the piece that, honestly, it kind of made my stomach drop.
The harvest now, decrypt later one?
Yes. Harvest now, decrypt later. Can you explain that? Because it sounds wild.
It is wild. So basically, attackers will steal your heavily encrypted data today. Even though it's completely unreadable to them, it's just gibberish, but they steal it and store it, just waiting for future technology like quantum computing to make it easy to crack.
Wait, really? So they take the locked safe knowing they don't have the combination?
Yep. They just hoard the save until someone invents a skeleton key for it in 5 or 10 years.
Wow. That is terrifying. But let me push back a little bit on behalf of the listener here.
Sure.
Because if I run a local 20-person business, like a regional accounting firm or a dental office,
Right.
why would a sophisticated state-aligned attacker care about my network? I don't have national security secrets.
And that is the biggest misconception out there. They don't necessarily care about your specific data as the end goal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you are the stepping stone. Small businesses act as the doorway to much larger organizations. Think schools, healthcare providers, law firms, government contractors.
Oh, wow. I see.
Attackers know that small businesses usually have limited IT staff. They have inconsistent patching, maybe weaker controls.
So they breach the small guy because it's easier.
Exactly. They steal a login or they fake an invoice from the small business, and they use that trusted relationship to bypass the expensive, heavy security of their actual target.
That makes so much sense. You become the Trojan horse.
Yep. You are a trusted vendor.
Okay, so this whole reliance on trusted connections, it's not just about vendors.
Right.
Because the article talks about how it extends to the massive technology platforms we use every day, too.
Oh, absolutely. Those platforms are becoming a huge business risk themselves.
Yeah, Len highlights the European Union's recent technology sovereignty effort.
Right, trying to reduce reliance on foreign cloud and AI providers.
Exactly, because they realize that dependence on those external platforms is a literal security risk.
It really is, and there's a specific example from the source that proves this isn't just a government issue. Microsoft recently limited its own internal use of Anthropic's Claude Fable 5.
Wait, Microsoft restricted an AI tool for its own employees.
Yes. Due to data retention concerns, they realized the internal risk is just too high. Employees are copying and pasting sensitive client data, medical info, source code
Oh, geez.
into these public AI tools without having any idea where that data actually goes.
Yeah, that is, pasting client financial data into a free public AI tool,
Yeah.
it's literally like shouting your company's secrets in a crowded public square and just hoping no one's taking notes.
That is a perfect comparison. Once you hit enter, you lose control of that data,
Right.
which is why there is this crucial need for AI governance right now.
AI governance, let's define that really quick.
Sure. It just means establishing clear rules within your business about which AI tools are actually approved to use and exactly what kind of data is allowed to be put into them.
You have to have boundaries. You can't just let employees use whatever free tool they find online for company business.
Exactly. It's a massive blind spot for a lot of companies right now.
Definitely. And hey, just a quick reminder, if you want to stay updated on stuff like AI governance, CDML publishes new, really insightful blog posts just like this one every Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah, it's an incredible resource.
So moving on to the really practical side of this, with nation-state attackers and these automated AI threats and internal data leaks,
It's a lot.
it is. How does a small business without some massive enterprise budget actually fight back against all of this?
Well, the most important thing to remember is that the goal isn't perfection.
Okay.
You can't be perfect. The goal is resilience.
Resilience, I like that.
Right. It's about layering your defenses. And the piece lists some very practical local steps organizations have to take.
Like what?
Enforcing MFA, which is multi-factor authentication, that's when you need a password and a code from your phone to log in.
Right, the text message code.
Exactly. And also things like patching systems, disabling old accounts, testing your backups, maintaining firewalls, and monitoring endpoints.
Okay, so wait. I get the firewalls and backups, but why are these seemingly basic steps, like disabling an old employee's account, so incredibly critical in an AI-driven war? It sounds almost too simple.
It does sound simple, but remember that lock-picking robot we talked about?
Yeah.
Those AI attackers are specifically scanning for those forgotten, easy vulnerabilities. They aren't trying to break down your strongest door. They're looking for an open window.
Oh, I see.
A single unpatched browser extension or an old active password from an employee who left 2 years ago. That is all an AI tool needs to establish a foothold in your network.
That is crazy. So the basics are actually your best defense against the advanced stuff.
Exactly. And the piece mentions that CDML Computer Services helps organizations practically manage these layers of protection.
Right, because doing it all yourself is overwhelming.
Oh, completely. They help with everything from Microsoft 365 security and AI governance, planning to backup and disaster recovery. They build that resilience for you.
Which is huge. So to kind of summarize this core message here, today's cyber war doesn't look like an action movie.
No, not at all.
It doesn't look like hackers rappelling down elevator shafts. It looks like a fake email. It looks like an unpatched firewall, or just a well-meaning employee using an unapproved AI tool to summarize a meeting.
It's the quiet things.
Exactly. So to leave you with a final thought to ponder today, building on that harvest now, decrypt later concept,
Yeah.
if cybercriminals are stealing encrypted data right now just to read it in the future, what sensitive communications are you sending today that you absolutely wouldn't want read by a competitor in 5 years?
That is a chilling question, but you really have to think about it.
You do. So don't wait for today's quiet risk to become tomorrow's crisis. Build a practical plan. Go visit cdml.com and subscribe to the blog. Get ahead of it. Yeah, get your defenses layered up.
We're Jemmy and Nye. Thanks for listening. Till next time.